Good evening, everybody. Welcome to D&V Investigations, where we have a little SD, but a whole lot of balls. If you can't hear me, please let me know. I am Vicky, and welcome. I think I have a bit of a show for you. Hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry if you hear my air conditioner. My noise gate tends to take care of a bit of it, but I don't know. I tried turning it off, but it just became sweltering immediately. It's just hot here and muggy, and then it started drizzling. And hello, Snuggy. Hey, Will. Kay Brady. How are you this evening? Yeah, it is a crazy one. So, I'm going to start with a little follow up from last week. Shane Davis, doesn't appear to be reacting too well to the whole idea of Comicsgate Live. Then, of course, Yanzi flipped out and started malding about Eric July and the misprint on his book. Matt Bahr got banned from LOLCow Live. I got the tape. I hunted down the original, so it wasn't just the bleeped out version that Keemstar played. So we all get to hear what Matt Bahr said. And we've got some Rackets. Rackets was on a stream called something like, was he like This Little Bunny? It was some sort of steel toe weekly roundup. And it had Nick Rekieta, that Keanu girl who received the nudes of Lady Rackets that Aaron ended up pleading. I think he cut a deal. I'm not really sure. I stopped paying too much attention to that. It just got so gross, all of it. Just all of it. So I've got a clip of that, which includes, well, two clips. I've got one that has Rackets talking about seeing the cops for the first time as he's driving down the road. And yeah, what a day, everybody. So, well, week, really. Hello, Edwin. Let's go ahead and we'll start with Shane. Not seeming too happy, eh?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Because, people are bullying Hitler a lot. You're not.
Shane,
you're out there.
Shane, where did you go? Shane, unmute yourself. Speak and be heard.
And yes, Ethan did say people are bullying Hitler a lot.
Shane.
What is wrong with him?
I don't know. And leaves, he comes back, he mutes himself.
He's a real narcissist. I think he's a narcissist, John.
Shane, are you mad at Ethan for streaming Comicsgate Live over Ballers?
How could you be mad about that?
How could he?
Well, he's sitting here not wanting to talk to anybody.
Temperamental with a ballerina.
Oh, he's boycotting right now. He came back to boycott. He's like a girl. Shane. Oh, he's feeding on us is what he's doing.
Wow.
With his energy draining vampire powers.
Why is he like this?
People watch this shit for
entertainment. But 3:30, guys. I gotta get some stuff done tomorrow. I'll talk to all y'all tomorrow, probably. I don't know. All right, cool. Thanks for being here, Ethan. Peace. Shane, choke out. Tom Tuttle was here. Dan Lawless was here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of cool people hanging out.
It actually sounds miserable, doesn't it? Freaking Dan Lawless and Tom Tuttle. Ugh.
Middle of the night.
Sounds like Comicsgate Live to me, John. Sounds like you're all ready to bring it back. Let's meet the new PTP poo-throwing primate. Let's meet these guys.
I'm ready. All right, guys. Thanks to everyone being on here. Thanks to everyone in chat, all the super chatters. Have a great night.
And here's the thing is he's already given the game away, right? Let's find a new PTP poo flinging monkey. Okay, so all you're looking for is some sort of mark. You just want someone to come in and that you will eventually turn on, make fun of, mock, say really creepy kind of things about their baby daughter. This is what Ethan's looking forward to. Oh, that one was the Jack show, the last Jack show, and this is from a recent stream that Shane did on his channel. Interestingly enough, Ethan stayed away from both of these streams until the very end. As they're saying goodnight, they're getting ready to shut down. Ethan suddenly pops up on the Jack show, and then he did the same thing to Shane over here. If he starts.
We have a hopefully clothed Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah, I am right now. Hi, Yanzi. I wanted to come in because Yanzi was here. I'm sick of shit, but Yanzi's awful.
Oh, you can fuck off.
Oh.
You guys are doing a good stream. 4 hours long.
Well, I was on by myself for a while. She hasn't been on for 4 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry that I wasn't here to share your burden.
Yeah. Help me carry this cross, Yanzi. Help me carry this cross.
Oh, wow.
So tell me about Comicsgate Live. Pitch me.
Yeah. So the plan with Comicsgate Live is to doggedly pursue Eric July and to absolutely bury his business, him and Matt Bahr, Yellow Flash, a bunch of other creeps. So that's what I thought Comicsgate Live could be. What do you think? New idea for a show.
New idea for a show.
I'm just kidding. Comicsgate Live, obviously, we go back to what it was before. I'd like to go over.
We're gonna get Adam Post back.
No, hopefully we'll have some new folks. But yeah, I think it would be good to just talk about comics again, get back to working on visibly working on our projects. I'd love to just turn on a camera and talk about what's going on with Cyberfrog and then inquire about what's going on with everybody else's books and really make the books a priority again.
Yeah.
I think we had some very strange people come in here who don't understand what comics are, how to make comics, and are, I think, undermining, what Comicsgate was trying to do. We could get back to that if we wanted to and really put the priority back on comics again. And when we talk about things that are woke, we could actually describe what it actually means.
All these years, and Ethan still can't tell you the definition of woke.
Bullying Hitler a lot. You're not.
Shane, where did you go?
Scroll. Let me get my idea of what Super Scroll is. And then just spend an entire day on it.
Sorry, I went a little bit too far. Let me start here.
Well, when one door opens, a window. What do they say? When a door shuts, a window opens, or some bullshit.
What?
I don't.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to do it. And I mean, again, we've got so many guys here who are making comics who deserve promotion, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about when you came on my stream, you were talking about doing here we go. Mandy goes, Shane loves doing sketches.
Yeah. I understand that you don't like it. That Mandy's being
it just makes me feel like I need to be getting more work done. It makes me feel like I'm behind.
It's so pointless. I know it really is. First of all, I'm terrible at it. I'm so bad. I really need to be in my zone.
No, it's not that he is terrible at it, but it's not because he needs to be in his zone. What he needs to do is he needs to have his little blue pencil, and then he needs to be able to just spend a day putting more and more lines into each and every panel.
Feeling like there are other people doing this. I really need to be I'm drawing Super Scroll. Let me get my idea of what Super Scroll is. And then just spend an entire day on it. But to just bust something out like we're at a convention, you know what I mean? A comic convention sketch. I do not enjoy doing those. And I'm terrible at it. But I'm doing it anyway. I'm putting it out there right on Front Street. It's the other guys are doing it. I'll do it too. I'll join in. And
Yeah.
people are enjoying it. I have come close. I've come close to third place. I've hit fourth place once, I believe. Yeah,
that's interesting. When you were
It's
on Sunday,
very.
you were so how what
Shane
what are you
seems very
thinking of the format?
interested,
'Cause you were
doesn't he?
talking about revolving, but I don't understand how that would work.
about doing what?
Comicsgate Live. When you came on Sunday, you're like, I think it should rotate channels. I'm like, what?
Oh, sure, yeah, of course. I think it should be a brand. You know what I mean? I just think it should be a brand that goes.
Before I get there, I like how Ethan had this big idea of doing Comicsgate Live again, right? But he hadn't really thought it out very much. And then he has to announce a night that he's going to do it, and he picks the night that Shane streams Ballers, right? And then he gives it some more thought, and his next brilliant idea is to do drawing streams, which they never really did in early Comicsgate Live. Not really. People were drawing, yeah, but it was more of an extraneous thing. It's not because that was the focus. And then he has this great idea. We're gonna do it on everybody's channel. I'm not going to talk to you guys about it, you know? Like, I'm not going to talk to you first privately and say, hey, do you mind if we do this on a revolving basis through everybody's channel? You know? Shane, instead of doing Ballers some weekend, won't you be doing Comicsgate Live for me instead? Like, what the hell?
Around the, first of all, I'm obligated to use it in trade. I gotta have a Comicsgate show. I got Comicsgate Kings, that's cool, but I gotta keep using Comicsgate somewhere. I think we all have
Kings
to.
is
So
almost
if we
over,
can.
people.
So
yeah.
doing a Comicsgate show is probably a good idea.
Oh no, it's a great idea. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of it. So what are you thinking time wise and day wise?
7 p.m. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. like right in there. That's the best time to start because people who do this are going to want to get super chats, whoever's hosting the show, and it seems like that's the prime time for the largest audience and then the most super chats possible. So entertaining product content, in other words, create entertaining content with this show. Do sketches, promote other creators, invite people to come join us because of the content that we're making, which will appeal to everyone. But we do have to make Friday Night Tights style content at some point. I think we do have to do movie reviews and comic book reviews and talk about Bleeding Cool and things like that. We do have to do that again. It's more fun to be racist and everything, but we gotta, we gotta do it.
He still wants to just do his solo streams. If you're listening, it's everything he used to do on his solo streams. Sitting there with his tablet, snapping on it with his mechanical pencil, reading Bleeding Cool articles and mocking it. He wanted, the drawing streams, which are straight from Mike S. Miller. Yeah, I know. War Campaign tried one once too. The having people on, which was sort of early Comicsgate Live, but damn, who were those people and where are they now? Doug TeNapel, Mike S. Miller, Wanger, Narwhal. All those people have been ground up and spit out. And now he just wants to do it all over again, but he wants to make everybody else do his old show.
Other things.
Look at poor Shane, man. Look at that poor man. He's hurting. He's angry. He's not liking this at all. At all. And I kind of don't really blame him, right? Why would you? He's just going to roll over you. But then Shane owes Ethan, doesn't he? Shane would be nothing here. I mean, his first book was about those fucking cats. It wasn't even an exciting Comicsgate type book. It didn't appeal really to the audience, which is why it didn't do as well as Inglorious Rex. It was a kid's book. And everybody told him it was a bad idea. Ethan told him it was a bad idea, apparently. At least Ethan claimed to on Kiwi Farms. Then, of course, there is the misprint of the Eric July Zalen book. I did not dig in and did not pay close attention to what exactly the issue was with the book. I do not care. It makes no difference to me. He made a mistake. He fessed up to the mistake. And he's trying to make the mistake better. He's offering refunds to people who want refunds, and even made it simple for you to get them. He put a URL in the email he sent to all the people who bought this book. Not only do you get a refund, you get 60% off of a purchase. And I think you can do it with the, big bundle thing that they do or whatever, and still get 60% off, like a huge bunch of shit. Nobody in Comicsgate ever offers you 60% off because they fucked up. Nobody in Comicsgate says, hey, this book was misprinted. Yeah, we see you, Cecil. And says, hey, let me offer you a refund, and then there'll be a special tier for you on the next book where you can get it at a 60% discount. It's not happening at all. Yeah. Snuggy says from what he hears, it wasn't that big of a deal of a misprint. I think Edwin might have bought the book, but I don't know. And then we are going to juxtapose that with how Yanzi handles refund requests. So there was this Jim Alaska who'd been asking for refunds from Yanzi, and I guess she was non-responsive. So we started putting it in the comments of the Indiegogo, and then she reported him for spam. Right? That is beautiful customer service. She says, we don't offer refunds, and we've made it clear. We made it clear that we don't offer refunds. I don't know how exactly, but she insists that that is true. At this same time, as we're discovering this beautiful backer relations that Yanzi is participating in, and Rippa is sending his email, Yanzi decides to just attack him on Twitter. Somebody was misstating the refunds that Eric July is offering, and Yanzi, of course, starts combing through, who knows if it was even her idea, probably. It's the kind of thing I might do too, because I did do it, actually. She starts combing through his website and says, our refund process has never been like this. And what it was their normal refund process for undamaged items is to make you pay to ship it back. That's pretty normal. Lots of places do that on the interwebs. Lots of small businesses. Shit, lots of big ones too. You pay to send it back if you don't want it. Now, if it's damaged, he'll go ahead and they'll pay for shipping and they'll send it back out. Actually, they'll send you a label and have you send it to them so that they can know for sure that, yes, your book was damaged. July responds to Yanzi that, of course, she's talking about his general return policy and that they have that's separate from their damaged good policy. And Yanzi, and somehow I ended up losing that damn tweet, but Yanzi then deflects to, well, how did you send out all of those awful misprinted books? How did nobody find them? Apparently the misprint, according to Jean DeVoist here in the chat, it was just a slight adjustment error in page alignment. So it's really not a big deal. And then I also see Dick Masterson in one of these threads probably responding to Ethan. And he said, well, why isn't he refunding everybody? And that brought me back to a time earlier in Comicsgate, at the beginning of my YouTube career. Yay! Talk about going far back. Was the Rivet coin. I don't know if anybody here remembers. I hope you do. Hope you've been around long enough to know. But when Ethan got called out for the Rivet coin by yours truly, for not being 99% silver as advertised, Ethan put up an update on his campaign. And he thanked some faithful backers for discovering the error, which was ironic, and didn't offer refunds to everybody. He said, keep your coins. If you want a refund, send me your PayPal. And I don't know how many people actually got refunds from Ethan for those coins. It didn't have a huge number of backers, maybe one, maybe two, but nobody does that. Like, nobody offers refunds to everybody. You can't. It's stupid. And no, Edwin, that was my video on the Rivet coin. I'm sorry. It was followed by my very first live stream. My guest was Ethan Van Sciver. I'm sorry, my very first hosted live stream. And I had Ethan on to talk about it. And that's when I discovered that he was working with Dynamite. Yeah, those were the days, my friend. Those were truly... No, they weren't. They sucked just like now in Comicsgate. They just did. So after I saw this email exchange, I decided to go ahead and take a look at the 9 Lives Comics website. Because, she said that their refund policy is clear. So I went and I looked. And this is the website, right? I had to it was really long, so I had to kind of do it in a video. And at the top, you've got Indiegogo projects funding, shop, fax, my account, and contact us. And as it scrolls its way down, you get the merch in the store, lots of leftover merch from previous campaigns. This is all the kind of stuff Ethan has on his eBay, but Shane is smart enough to put on his own website so that he doesn't have to pay eBay fees. But nowhere on this homepage is a mention. God, this is really difficult to navigate. Nowhere on this homepage is there a mention of what to do if you want a refund. And then once you get past the home page, this is the product page for the beanie. Yeah, I know. I just clicked on the first one. Nothing on the page. Nothing. You got recommendations for other purchases. It was a $30 beanie, by the way, but nothing on the page tells you how to get a refund. Hello, Stu. Then we go to my cart. Because, I dumped it in a cart. I decided, hey, let's see what this looks like. Let's see if she mentions refunds or exchanges. And as we get to the bottom of the page, nothing. Next is checkout. Now, one would think if you're checking out an item, there'd be something there about refunds and exchanges, maybe a link to refunds and exchanges. No, we just scroll on down the fucking page. She wants my name, my card, my addresses, wants to know if I'm going to be shipping to my house or somewhere else. And then I get to the bottom of the page and there's still nothing there about refunds and exchanges. While she's been excoriating Eric July for 24 hours. We get to the fact page. Yes, there is a question on the fact page. Can I cancel my order? And that's the only thing, the only time it is covered. And this is what it says. Oops. Add to the stage. Yes, of course I had to boomer at least one thing, you guys. And there you go. You can early cancel your when it's in pre-order mode. Once a campaign in taking pre-order mode, you can't get refunds. I have no idea what the difference is between pre-order mode and taking pre-orders is, because it's not explained on Yanzi's website. And then I saw something equally interesting. I mean, like, you guys might not find it interesting at all. But did you guys know that Yanzi is working for Ethan Van Sciver? I didn't. Apparently she put together his new webpage, this ethanvansciver.com, which honestly is an improvement over his old Amphibionics website. I don't know if you guys ever looked at that. Oh my God, was that a hot mess of just ancientness. It was, I probably even fucking used frames and shit. It was so bad. It was awful. Let's see. Oh, you did, Stu. Congratulations on getting another mention besides mine. Nothing like going to an estate sale and buying a dead Comic Skaters comics, is it? Right? But yeah, I didn't know that Yanzi was working for Ethan. And it kind of makes things like click a little bit more of why she would be so rabid going after Eric July, and why they put, I don't imagine that they make a whole lot of money doing Ethan's website, but I'm sure it pays for some fucking groceries and some diapers, man. Especially in between campaigns. Yes, DED everywhere. Everywhere still. Just like Comicsgate is going DED. Oh. Now that we've gotten past Yanzi freaking the fuck out, we're going to move on to Matt Bahr and his being banned from LOLCow Live, which I'm sure you've already all heard about. But I do start this video with a clip of Liam, and then a clip of Matt, and then it goes into the latest happenings. I wanted to kind of show how this all actually started. I'm not trying to do more Liam content, though I will address one thing which I don't normally do because I ran across it on Twitter. I didn't watch any of Liam's response streams till last week, but apparently he is upset with me, and because posting pictures of your kids on the internet and then complaining because your kid, well, no, let me backtrack. Claiming your kids are in danger, then posting their pictures on the internet and then screaming that your kids are in danger is a Tug fucking move. It just is. It's what Tug did for years. And that's why he called me a stalker, by the way, because one time I said, bruh, if your kids are in danger, why are you posting their pictures on the internet? He also claimed something about, this was earlier, this was in the video that I did last week, that the girls are being posted on Kiwi Farms in their pajamas. Well, I went through the Kiwi Farms Liam thread, and there's that picture doesn't exist. The oldest apparently has an Instagram account, though, so she's public. She's out there. She has, according to Liam, a bigger following than he does. But you're not supposed to notice. You're not supposed to intrude. You're supposed to respect the privacy that they have given up by posting themselves on the internet. Yes. And that is all I have to say about that. Except maybe a little bit about this video.
Okay, let me try one Liam again. All right, because I think this would be a good pairing for you, Emery.
Was asked to come in here because he needed a co-host or something. Motherfucker's not even here. Where is he?
I have no idea.
Where is he? I'm a busy man.
Hey,
Isn't he
he's
seriously at all?
he's rewatching his part. You hear this?
You're live, buddy.
He was rewatching the part when he was on earlier.
There we go. Now.
Oh, hey!
Caught him! Oh my God, how embarrassing!
This is my life.
Liam, you're on air.
Can I do any better? Can I do any better? Can I do any better? Hey, how you guys doing? Sorry.
Right. So wait,
can you see me this time?
Yes, we can. What country are you from?
I'm from the land down under. I'm the Koala King of Australia, the #1 guy, manga creator and comic book creator in Australia. Member of the proud Comicsgate Kings, and been doing streaming for about 7 years. Quit yesterday, and then got told today you guys needed an Aussie host. So I thought, all right, well.
He's gone. Yeah, I think Gallows, personally. And it's not because
Make that clear. Oh, Jesus Christ, I did it again. I was muted. Anyway, the reason I included the Liam bit is because Liam went on for the hosting bit on LOLCow Live, and then Matt Bahr saw it, dove into their Discord, and decided to try to get the gig on LOLCow Dark.
it's because he's good. We have Matt Bahr. Anyone know who this guy is?
Matt Bahr?
I do not know. Welcome,
Matt Bahr,
welcome,
you're
welcome.
live.
Matt Bahr, welcome to LOLCow Dark. Do you have a camera?
I do. Let me turn on my camera.
While you're doing that, Cold Raider, welcome to Cash Cow. Holy shit, this guy is already more impressive than all three of us fucks, dude. Do you see this setup? What's going on? What's the background?
Is that the Hawaiian Punch dude?
Yeah, I'm a professional commercial artist. I do giant paintings. I do small paintings. This is one of mine right here. Here's my drawing table. I do storyboards for Epic Games, for Live Golf. I do a bunch of shit. I got a 24-inch Wacom tablet that I work on. Live with my family. So what's up, guys? What's up?
Yeah, no,
We're just chilling.
I'm in awe.
Cool.
Chilling and blood spilling.
Yeah, no, this setup is like
Beautiful.
a dream.
Smell it.
Have you done a lot of podcasting, streaming? What's your history?
I just started about a year and a half ago on my own channel. I've had my first channel. I'm like 800 or something subscribers. It's not big.
Camera is
I do
very
like live
fucking
streams.
pixelated. It's
Now-
very pixelated camera.
Yeah, your webcam's a little
My
bad.
my camera is.
Yeah, it's coming in and out with pixelation. I don't know if it's an issue with the buffering.
It's
or
like it's
not.
got sharpening on or something.
I love how they both had technical issues. Liam's internet is so shit that he was lagging like a motherfucker. And then you got Matt with his camera problems, probably because they was streaming through Discord. And he's not used to streaming through Discord. Everybody in Comicsgate uses StreamYards.
Apparently something bad happened on Dark. So this is on the show Dark by Tech Protect.
No, these animals were associated to this like culture, dude. I guess. All right.
It was a little.
We're not gonna say these.
What?
What?
Hey,
It was a little.
We're not gonna say these.
What?
We're
Can't
not
say
gonna
that.
say-
You can't say that
luckily, I
online.
spoke over you because I didn't hear exactly what you
Oh,
said.
okay.
What did he say?
What did he say?
It
Uh,
was a little.
It really sounds like the one true bad word that I got. Oh my god. Oh.
Everything about Boogie is just so Boogie. It is just so performative and putz like. Right.
Oh my god.
Then he made a comments about immigrants.
Easy, dude. Like, how is New York City cleaner?
I just feel bad for the people that have to clean it up, bro. Like, cleaning up dog shit is one thing. Cleaning up human shit, bro.
They need to put those signs up, like, instead
Come
of like,
on.
curb your dog, it should be like curb your hobo or curb your immigrant. You know, just like have a guy like shitting. A little
Did you guys
bag.
see?
The look on Keemstar's face, I just had to freeze it right there because he's kind of horrified. This is on his channel. This is his business, right? But we're getting to what happened. I thought I'd give a little extra context to both of those clips. And I've expanded them a little bit further so you know what exactly was being said.
A different world, man. Y'all have got the craziest homeless people I've ever seen. I'm used to like normal homeless people, like the normally mentally ill people. Like sometimes you'll run into a guy that thinks he's Jesus. Dude, we went and walked in Los Angeles down by the beach where Muscle Beach is, that fucking thing. I was only there once. We were touristing out. Dude, even going past the public bathrooms, you have people talking to themselves, throwing things at trees. My wife would not use a public bathroom out there because they were so fucking nasty and gross.
What?
I don't blame her. It's really insane.
It's bad, dude.
California is labeled as like super liberal, super progressive. I visited for work, right? My boss lives out there. I have to go down there sometimes. They're on like next gen racist remarks. Dude, like they're like advanced, like class 302 of like slurs. What the fuck is happening out there, dude? I was like talking to some homeless guy. He's like, "You have some money?" And I was like, just Cash App. He's like, "I got Cash App." You Mexican?
Damn,
I was like, you Mexican? And I was like, "Yeah."
Imagine being homeless and having Cash App.
And he said some shit that Dickie left. He said some shit to me. I had to Google, dog. I was tempted to use Bing so I didn't track my history. I was like, holy shit. I did not know these animals were associated to this like culture, dude. I guess. All right.
It was a little scary.
We're not gonna say these.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Luckily,
online.
I spoke over you because I didn't hear exactly what you said.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
But one of them.
All right. We're going to discuss the slur. I know. Nobody wants to hear this from me. I did my own research. I talked to people from around here who are about my age and are a little bit older. And that's the kind of word that's actually worse than the N-word around here. And it's an old word. One person told me they hadn't heard it since they were a kid. Another told me that the last time he heard it was in high school and the guy got his ass whooped. He said it's like old KKK shit. You know, the N-word came across from Europe. But the cricket thing, that was pure South. And it's only here. Yes, I know. I was surprised. I was kind of surprised by that myself. That it is. It's much worse. Much worse. But like I said, it's a really, really old word, and if you want to say it now, it's still Matt Bahr collects racial slurs like people collect Pokemon cards or those fancy little plates when they go on vacation. I have heard more racial slurs come from Matt Bahr and creative ones too. There was the time he called Tyler from Drawn Talk a wonton because apparently does manga and Matt decided he wasn't Asian enough. Yeah. I'm not saying, hey, listen, I am not personally offended. Words are just words. I think the difference is where you use them. That's all.
San Francisco is so bad. It's a shithole. Like, I would never, ever
Literally.
recommend anyone to live in San Francisco. Like, the homeless
Literally
people
a
are like a
shithole,
problem. Yeah. And like and don't even get me started on like the federal like drug programs that they have there as well. Like, where it's like, it's practically legal in San Francisco to like.
Those aren't federal drug programs, by the way, just for a little edification. Those are all run by the city. And what the city of San Francisco does is they have these drug hotels paid for by these NGOs. It's like this poverty drug addiction complex there. And it's all circular and it cycles and nothing they do works, so they get more money from the city, and then it doesn't work and they get more money. But what they do allow these people to do is they allow them to go into these hotels where they are not restricted from doing drugs. There's probably, at least from what I've seen, 1, maybe 2 ODs per week inside the hotels, and that doesn't count the ones on the street. So you're much better off ODing on the street because someone may have Narcan. If you're in your hotel room, you're there by yourself and you're dead. And it's not just about safe needle programs and everything else. There is nothing in the city of San Francisco geared towards recovery and pushing people towards recovery. Nothing. And they offer them really generous benefits when you're homeless in San Francisco. You get paid more money than I think almost any other city in the U.S. And the weather's pretty nice most of the year. But he is wrong. It's not, those aren't federal programs. They have nothing to do with it.
Do drugs and shit. Or it's like, it's technically illegal, but with the parameters that they basically set for recovering like addicts and all that other stuff, giving out needles, it's like they don't arrest people for drugs barely, like at all. Like you can
I
do
lived
like
in
anything
New
ever.
York City for 10 years and saw more human feces in San Francisco in a week. Like
Yeah,
I was just like, every morning was like stepping over several piles of like not dog shit, but just like people shitting. It was fucking crazy, dude. Like, how is New York City cleaner?
I just feel bad for the people that have to clean it up, bro. Like, cleaning up dog shit is one thing. Cleaning up human shit, bro.
They need to put those signs up, like instead
Come
of like
on.
curb your dog, it should be like curb your hobo or curb your immigrant. Just like have a guy like shitting.
Did you guys see any videos of like Coachella that happened this year and everything?
Just look at those two. They knew. They were like, oh, fuck me. Matt, the shitting on the street is the drug addicts. It's not just like your typical homo. It has nothing to do with immigrants. There aren't a bunch of Indians roaming the streets of San Francisco that way, Matt. I am sorry. It just doesn't happen. It's gross. All the homeless people end up doing everything literally on the street. Fucking, masturbating, pissing, shitting, vomiting, bleeding. But yeah, that was the point when they knew they were fucked by what Matt had said.
Why would you let this guy stay after what he said? What are you doing over there?
Man, the apple doesn't fall too
By the way, that Indian crack would keep me off of LOLCow Live, by the way.
far from the tree.
Truly. Tech, what are you doing, man?
Rastov, what are you going to do about that?
What am I going to do? That's dark. That's not my show.
That's your buddy.
Yeah, they're all my buddies. What would you do?
I don't know. What do you want to do? Would Tech Protect over there allowing that shit on his show?
Why is it up to me? He should have fucking kicked him.
It looks like he didn't.
I was like,
If he's-
holy
Yeah, but
shit,
why-
I didn't know these animals.
Why are you putting that
I want to know
fucking
what
shit on me?
I want to know what he said.
Were associated to this like culture, dude. I guess. All right.
No.
I don't get it. What did he say? Now I need to know.
No.
Find me like Gino or something. Gino, get up here. What did he say? Tech Protect, get up here.
Boogie is someone who also said a no word. Can you summon Tech Protect and Tech Rastov? How it's done?
Okay. I need to just ban somebody. Every time, you know, someone like fucks up and, you know, says something racist or whatever, they're like, oh, but Keem, what about Alex? That was fucking 15 years ago, and I was wrong as hell for that. I was wrong as hell for that. I've had, you know, publicly apologized, you know, didn't repeat that. You know, obviously took shit my entire career. And somehow you think like, oh no, I've lost the right to fucking call out racism because I said a bad word 15 years ago. Are you fucking insane?
That's exactly what Matt Bahr did. He started posting that clip of Keemstar using the N-word 15 years ago. Dude's already paid his penance. It's not gonna work. It's just like calling Katie did a dog fucker. There's no point to it. You know? That's just the way it is. This guy's already pushed through it, and he's still standing, sorta. You know, I have no idea what the views now are so much different than his views before, but yeah, it is a classic.
Like, are you absolutely insane?
If anything, you're more experienced with it.
Yeah, exactly. I
found out what the word is, but I obviously can't say it. But it is a racial slur towards black people.
Yeah, it is not. It is not the one everyone's thinking, but according to
No, it's not.
it is a different racial bad slur.
What is it?
I didn't.
Text it to me.
I would have just said it because I didn't know that it was a slur. So
Text it to me.
Or that those combinations. It starts with moon.
Okay, can you text it to me because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Moonanite from Moonanite.
I'm not saying it.
God.
Like from
Boogies just
Aqua Teen
stupid.
Hunger Force, Moonanite.
Hold on, I'm gonna put this shit in quotes so you can't say that I was fucking.
Welcome to Cash Cow. What's taking so long? Can I get a fucking answer?
Hold on.
Like,
I'm not
it's taking
fucking hold on,
forever
man.
for this
I'm
guy just
trying
to text
fucking...
it to him. I don't know
Okay.
what he's.
Gino texted to me because you're fucking slow as shit. I don't know how long it takes you to fucking type that.
I've never heard this phrase in my life.
I've never heard.
Where did that go? Where did that go? Yeah, I'd never heard of it before either. I'm from California, mostly.
it before either.
Yeah, I'm looking it
fucking
up right now.
Undo that.
It is horrifying.
Okay.
It is a
Yes.
reference to slaves singing songs during the nighttime.
Okay, that guy needs to be banned. If you know some rare racist terms that no one else knows unless you look it up, that dude needs to be banned. What is his name?
Matt something?
That
Matt
guy.
Bahr.
That guy has to be a legit racist.
Matt
to
Bahr.
know. That has to be a legit racist to know terms like that.
Yeah, once again, I live in Arkansas. If I've never heard that phrase before, then holy fuck, dude. You're in some weird circles.
Okay. Banned forever.
Yeah, I just want to leave it there on that picture of those two guys just flipping the fuck out. Uh, the reason Boogie hasn't heard it is it's pretty regional. It's from what I've been able to figure out, it follows down the coast from North Carolina down to Florida. So North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, and never quite made its way too far west. But I will say that Keemstar does have the right to say what will and will not be said on his streams. We don't make money off of this shit, people. Like, even if you have a monetized channel down in the CG fucking slums, you're not making any real money. Keemstar's paying people off of that channel. Like, he's paying salaries and shit to people. He can't just have it going down because someone said something untoward or something that the AI may one day pick up or get angry about, or somebody may report, because people mass report those bigger channels. I don't care that Matt Barr said it. It doesn't bother me at all. I think Matt Barr probably blew a pretty good chance to maybe even end up one of co-hosts there on LOLCow Dark. And he could have sold more of his comic books to more people without having to fucking be part of Comicsgate to do it. Isn't that what people are looking for? It wasn't going to happen for Liam. But it would have been great for Liam too, right? More people maybe buying his books. Probably not. They look at your content and shit. Once before they hire you, they're going to be looking at whatever you've got on your channel and they're going to be saying, man, nah, man. If every other word out of your mouth is fuck or fucking, you're not going to end up on one of these shows. If you just use racial slurs, or if you just start spouting crazy theories about how your router's been hacked, you're not going to end up on LOLCow Live. And I'm pretty sure that how Liam, I guess, made it through a couple rounds. I don't know, but he's definitely, it's not going to work out for him either, unfortunately. But it'd be a good lateral move in front of those people and new people. Man, could you imagine how Ethan would have flipped the motherfuck out? If Matt Barr had become a co-host on LOLCow Dark, shit. Ethan would just lose his mind like Yanzi did on Eric July yesterday. So, and then, man, it's been a while since we've had some good Rackets content. And unfortunately for you guys, I did not discover this until like 2 hours before we were going to be streaming. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to get a whole lot of clips. But I think I have probably somewhere around like 10 to 15 minutes of Rackets. But first we're going to start with him describing his being stopped by the cops on the day that they served the warrant.
I don't know if this is inappropriate or it might be like painful or whatever. We never really have heard it in detail, like kind of like your perspective of the arrest, because you got pulled over, or like
no,
I mean, you had to like ride with the police to your house while they effected this warrant, or
no. We can do that. We can do that segment whenever you want. Or I can answer you right now. Either way.
Yeah. Just, you don't have to go into detail. Just kind of want to like get kind of like what your thoughts were that day. When did you realize what was happening? And like, oh fuck, like this is about to all blow up.
When the officer said, "Get out of the car," because I thought we were being swatted. So I've got my daughter, and I'm driving her to a class that she had in town. So I'm gonna, it's like 15 minutes each way.
So you were leaving the house?
Yep, leaving the house, and I'm about a half mile away from my house. and I see a line of cars, all like a line of cop cars, all turn
Convoy.
like right in front of me, right? Like they turn right in front of me as I'm pulling up to the stop sign, and I'm like, ah, shit. And I look at my daughter and I said, I don't think you're gonna make it to class today. Seems like something's going on at the house. And I was about
This
to
is
turn
not
around.
a drill. This is not a drill. Flush the drugs.
I was about to turn around, and yeah, I think April may have tried to call me, like right as the cop is there though. Like he's at my window.
They
and
saw your car and recognized your car,
so
or
they
you, or
yeah, I was in my SUV. They saw it. Someone, like, they must have, I don't know if they ran the plates as they were going by, or someone knew that I had a black black Lincoln Navigator, and they're like, okay, well, it's probably him. So 2 of the cop cars peel out of the convoy. They turn around and they come up behind me. I was just waiting at the stop sign. I'm like, something's going on. So we're waiting, but I figured we were being swatted. It didn't occur to me at all that they were going to kick our door down or anything like that. So the cop comes up to the side, to my window, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna need you to step out of the car. And I was like, yeah, I'm a lawyer, that's not how it works. Yeah, I'm not getting out of this car, thank you. And he goes, I have a warrant to search you. And I said, that's cool, where is it? And he says, well, it's not here. I'm like, well, we're at an impasse then, good sir. So I'm not going to step out of my car on the, the wording that you have a warrant. Produce a warrant and I'll step out and comply, no problem. And he says, well, I don't have it with me. And it's like, I used to use that excuse in school too. But that's, again,
my dog ate your warrant.
Like, until then, I'll just stay inside my car. Thank you. I don't really need to get out. And he's like, well, we have a warrant to search you and your house. And I was like, well, that's nice. I don't know what to say. And he goes,
anybody can get a warrant. It's having.
Are you panicking at this point, Nick, or you don't believe him?
No, I just, I wasn't really panicking, because it was like, it was like an oh shit moment, but you can't, like, there's nothing to panic about. They're going to do it or they're not. But I was just like, I'm not going to consent to a search. Like, it's a hard and fast rule that I have. Like, they'll do the search, but I'm not consenting to it. So I'm not going to consensually get out of the car. I don't care that they have a warrant or not. They will not have a recording of me saying okay to the search until I have a warrant in my hand. I say that it ends up not being true when they're like, we're going to bust your door down. So then the guy's like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. So he leaves, and he comes back and he goes, we need the door code to your house. I'm like, I'm not giving you the fucking door code to my house. I'm like, why don't we just go to the house?
Yeah,
like,
were you just sitting at the stop sign this whole time?
Yeah, we're just sitting there. And I'm like, why don't we just go to the house? If the warrant's up there, this should be really easy. And he's like, well, I have to pat you down first. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, fine. Here, pat me down. Now, I did happen to have a bullet of cocaine in my pocket.
Yay!
He was driving his kid to school with a bullet of cocaine in his pocket. His kid in the car.
This is what Aaron said.
But
here, kid, take this, stash it.
By the time,
why didn't I give this to Aaron's daughter before this happened?
It's dry shampoo.
I ditched it. I ditched it in the car. The cop he didn't notice. I guess he saw my hand move a little bit. I was very crafty because I had already had that thing pulled out of my pocket by the time he was coming up to my car.
Yes, you have those slender limbs we've all seen.
Yeah.
That must be my daughter's, officer.
That's when she did it. This is when it happened. Yes.
And he's laughing about it. He's like got coke in his pocket with his kid in the fucking car, and he's just laughing about it. But his kids were never near any drugs, dude. Never. Not at all.
So I have this thing in my left hand, and my car has a couple different spots where you could like store stuff, and one of them is actually right by the handle. So I just casually open my left hand and drop it into this spot. Cop's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, man. Don't worry about it, right? Like, I'm not reaching for a gun or anything. And he's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, just pat me down. we'll go up to the house and then show me the warrant and I'll let you in. Like, I'm not an idiot. You can, if you have a warrant, I'm going to let you in. I'm going to comply. And so I get out, they do a pat down. They don't find anything. I'm like, hey, that was a good move on my part, I guess. And the warrant ended up not
and the
including
luck just kept on happening. Oh no!
Yep. Thank God they didn't find any cocaine. You're free to go.
Before you said that April was calling you, was she calling you to be like, Nick, can you pick up Arby's on the way home? And you're like,
I'm just so flabbergasted that he would admit that on a live stream when he's on fucking probation, man, is so weird. He gets the worst legal advice from himself. They really do. He really, really does. But it's all okay because it was in his pocket while his kid's in the passenger seat. Or the back seat. I don't know. I don't know which kid it was. If it had to be strapped into one of those, like, seats till you're 80 pounds or not. But, man, bragging about driving around with fucking coke in your pocket. But wait. Now it gets good. Because now we got that Keanu lady just going at fucking Nick. Nick practically fucking crying. Are you ready?
Want to get paid for doing 2 shows, half the one I had to throw away. You better shut the fuck up.
If I show you what I'm looking at, then
Don't
it'll
do that.
I can't.
Don't do that.
Right.
I know you'll dox her phone number. Why would you do that?
I know you're angry.
Yes, I'm angry. You're a monster.
Take a breath. It's all right. I don't have. No, I can't see the last phone call we had. Maybe I have an old phone. I don't know.
You have doing something. I don't know what he's doing. He's working on something.
You have
I
messages.
The number, she'll need to get a new number, and then Nick won't know that new number. I'm glad I told everyone.
I'm glad. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna dox her right now, and she'll have to get a new number. Nick won't know the number, and then I'll be happy.
Here's the difference. You have text messages from April as our relationship was fraying and falling apart. Yeah, they're going to make me.
You have a wife, weirdo. What are you talking about? All right. You would fight with your wife about her all the time, and it would make April feel like shit. You would have April come over, and when she would leave the house, have sex with her, and then send her back next door. Do I need to say more? Are we done here?
Are you done?
Are we done here? He's calling me
that-
hyperventilating, you dumb piece of shit. Need I say more?
When was
He
the
texted me,
last
I just read it
call?
to you, that you two, both of you, that you were going to leave your wife, and she was waiting for it. She was waiting for it.
Yes,
you kept telling her, you kept
And
telling her
that's
you were
how
going to leave
dumb
your
women
wife.
are.
You kept telling her you were going to leave your wife, and she's hyper fucking
No, I told her I couldn't leave my
Well,
wife.
that's not what the text messages I have. Would you like to see those?
It doesn't matter. Like, no, I
Get
don't.
red her in the face. Get red her in the face. What do you
I'm
want?
wearing a red shirt. Do you understand how cameras work?
Right. Does your wife
the
know
answer
that
is
you were going to
no.
leave her for April? Is that what you told her?
I told this story earlier today.
This is good as great.
Yes, I told it on
You
this
said-
show.
You said that I told April
You're like
I was
talking
gonna
to a
leave my wife.
corpse.
I told the story that I told April I was going to leave my wife when I had
No, I told April I would never leave my wife for her. And when I thought that Kayla was going to divorce me, and I was massively
then
depressed,
you were going to be with April.
Chris, he likes to be loyal to the people she sucks up to, I guess.
Yes.
Real quick,
No.
Paul Shea and
Why
everybody
is
at
that
Town Square
confusing to
Media
you?
is loving this. They are loving
Hey,
this.
Paul. Hey, Town Square.
Why is this confusing to you? Yes,
She's
as my
trying
marriage
to
was.
say that, like, he keeps saying that he's going to leave his wife, he's going to leave Kayla, and
No.
you know,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
what she said. That's what she said. I have the text. Would you like to see them? I'll play them. At
No, I
the
don't
Mania
want you to
Festival.
expose her texts anymore. What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? I saw her at a traffic light.
I did. What do you want? I mean, I live in the same town, you dumb bitch. What is so hard about this? Like you're seriously, you're like talking to a box cart full of rocks.
Sorry that you told April that you were gonna leave Kayla and that,
No, what I told April was I think Kayla is leaving me.
So what April told me. So
I don't care what April told you.
Apparently
I told her because I actually had that text message.
Keep going, little man. That's fine. Have her come over. Oh wait, she can't because I doxed her and she had to leave. Good.
Yeah, and again, she moved into my parents' house. What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Lots. I got arrested. I got my kids taken away. I had a whole bunch of problems.
Sad.
But what you did was intentionally shred someone that you called a friend. You put their life on display with the person who had been doing that to them for 6 months.
I don't have any of them. Also, this has to be doing wonders for Kayla's self-esteem.
Kayla knows that she
I
was
bet
there.
it's not. Yeah, right.
She was there. Do you think she doesn't know this? Like, what is wrong
Don't
with
yell
you?
at the AI.
Why
That
are
was
you
just
yelling?
AI.
Yeah. What do you want from me? I didn't say that. I retract my permission. I know I begged for a talking
What do I
head.
want from you?
retract
I want
it.
you to say what the last date you talked to April was on the phone.
On the
phone.
I'm telling you right now. Didn't I just say that?
He has Keanu. He's been asking one question for like 20 minutes, and you refused to.
I'm literally okay. I need you to tell me how I can find that information.
Fine.
I told her,
Okay, I'll tell you.
She's
Open
not the
up
brightest bulb
your
on
phone
that
records,
tree
of
either.
your recent calls.
She can't
find
find
the
her
last time
log.
she called you, and then say the date.
I went to her contact.
Yeah.
You make it sound so easy, Patrick.
I'm sorry. I don't normally. Well,
It's a skill issue.
But her not doing it just made Rackets so much more angry. And it was good. I watched a bit more of the stream, but this is all I had time to render because I have that really old laptop and it takes forever to make videos. But yeah, it is so worth it. You have to go watch this fucking stream. I'll put it in the description when I'm all done tonight. Yeah. So I guess Gino's been on with Cecil a few times. Maybe. I don't know. I don't watch any of that shit, honestly. I don't watch Cecil. His content is just garbage. I don't want to watch any of the steel toe shit. It's all garbage. Every time I see a clip of Rackets on Alyssa Clips, he looks like a little fucking junkie, man. He sits there and he bounces around and he twitches and he's constantly scratching and fucking and fiddling with his shit. And he may be clean and sober, but it's not off of whatever prescriptions his doctor's willing to write him. No fucking way. He's on something that just jacks him the shit up. He might as well just be doing coke again. And then when you watch Rackets on it doing his Karen Reed trial coverage, most of the super chats are all about his arrest and Kayla and April and Sean and all the drama and shit. He's got, I think, probably the lowest views out of LawTube that's following this trial. And I can't say as I blame anybody. If you're going to actually watch the trial and not just sit and listen to Rackets drama interspersed through it, it's got to be a disappointment. Imagine Google Recommends gives you Nick Rekieta to watch the Karen Reed trial because you've been watching it on like Court TV or whatever they call it now, Law and Crime. That's what it is. Right, you've been watching it on Law and Crime, and Google starts recommending Rackets' streams. Are you gonna hop in there and want to stick to it? Or are you gonna bail? It's not a comfy place for newcomers. It's really not. And yes, Nick has looked frail for probably over a year now. At least he started looking frail. It's been about a year and a half now, because it was about 6 months before he got arrested. He started getting really, really skinny. and looking horrible. You just haven't been around, Edwin. Whippets. Whippets are little canisters of gas. It's that shit that you make whipped cream out of. When I was in high school, it was quite a trend to do whippets. They're always kind of cheap, easy high. I also had a friend that did lacquer. He'd spray that shit into a paper bag and then huff it. Oh, it was so gross. So gross, but the things you do when you're young and stupid, I guess. So, thank you all very much for joining me this evening. This was, I had fun. I hope you did too. Hopefully we see you next week. If there's anything for me to talk about, if not, I'll be taking a vacation. But everybody have a great night, and thanks again for joining.